Welcome, brothers and sisters. The name of this video is going to be, you know, she doesn't like men because she thinks she's a man. You know, a lot of these BAWs, they despise real men. They look at real men as competition. They're very standoffish. And I should really break down what this is all about, but I'm just gonna try to stick to the subject matter. I should tell y'all this little secret, but we'll leave that alone because the BAW is not ready to hear what is being discovered about her. It's like starting a new job. This red pill stuff is like starting a new job. When you go into the job, it's not, when you first start a new job, a lot of times you might be clumsy, you might be, you're not on top of your game. You're learning the ropes. You're learning the new people in the job, who to mess with, who not to mess with. And you're learning how to operate the equipment. You're learning how the process works. When you first start a job, it's hard, but as we go down these roads, it becomes a lot easier. You discover new ways of how to do the job. You know how to, you become faster, you become more proficient, and then eventually you master this process, or you master whatever it is that you're doing at your job. Well, you keep doing it over and over and over again. You figure out new ways to do it. Just like anything in life. And understanding the BAW is the same way. Once you start down these roads, you might not be proficient. But if you keep going down this rabbit hole, eventually you'll figure out ways of doing things easier, and eventually you'll become very proficient and a master of your craft. Now, you ever notice how a lot of BAWs, they got these bad attitudes? I'm gonna break down that bad attitude one day. Really not gonna fucking like it. It's gonna be a horrible. It's gonna be a bloody massacre when I'm done. But man, it's like black women don't like being with real men because they think they are men. And that would call into question a lot of you men that the BAW tends to flock to. She does not see you as real men. She does not see you as a threat in any way, no matter how much game you spit in. I don't understand black men and their games, honestly. I just don't get it. Women are smart. Okay, it's hard for you men to run game on a woman that's older than 18 years old. Maybe when she was like 15, 16, maybe, I give it to about 20 years old. After she's about 20, she's probably heard all the games that you ever gonna run in your life. She can spot your bullshit from a mile away, and if she's allowing you to run game on her, She's doing that for a reason. See, because she understands that this is your process. This is what you have to go through in order to convince her. You know, a lot of these women, they want to give you the draws, but you know, they don't want to look like whores in the process. They want to make you believe that you honestly got the draws. And this is how they build up a lot of you men's egos. You really believe that you suckered her out of her draws. You really believe that you ran some type of game on her that she hasn't already heard 1,000 times before. You know, the moment she started sprouting titties, men have been trying to seduce and finesse her out of her panties. You know? So, I mean, it's very hard. And, I mean, like I said, that's going to call into question a lot of the men that she chooses. Does she see you as a real man? If she's accepting you. See, black women are strong and independent. They think if you think that you don't need no man, then you must believe that you are the man and the woman, or that you can do anything that a man can do. You know, and the things that she cannot do, she can simply get some simp ass male to come and do for her. And a lot of men, you know, they think that they're running game on these women, when in all actuality, she is running game on you. You know, she knows all of your games. She's heard it all before. Baby this, baby that, and your lies ain't working now. You know, but like I said, man, this really ain't about these brothers. You know, I don't know. I just hate the word game. I hate anything that's. It's not that I hate. It's just like I'm very unique. I don't usually gravitate towards what a lot of other people are talking about. It takes me a lot of time to get around to these things. Like when everybody else is doing a certain thing or saying a certain thing, I stay away from that shit. When everybody else is wearing a certain hairstyle or listening to a certain rapper that just came out, you know, when he's getting all popular, I just don't gravitate towards that kind of thing. And like I said, man, y'all gotta ask yourself the question. Y'all gotta examine how the BAW is treating you. If she's treating you, if she's so accepting of your bullshit, then she's either running game on you, or she doesn't really see you as a man. She doesn't see you as a real threat. Black women hate real men. They hate them. You know, they have disdain for real men. They have a disdain for what real men represent. So who else would destroy their children? Who else would sell their race back into slavery? Who else would do that? You know, BAWs have sold you men back into slavery through the feminist movement, through her white Jesus, through her self-hatred. She sold her race back into slavery, and she has pledged allegiance with this society. You got to think, black people are still slaves. Don't think for one second that black people have escaped bondage. They haven't. You know, everything that they think, everything that they do, it is taught to them by these other races of people. The way that they live, their culture, this is taught to them by other races of people. You know, we really got to be careful who we call a coon. Because there's a thin line between keeping it real and being labeled a coon. Another brother made a video talking about we need to kill off all these coons. All these coons must die. I'm like, dude, you really need to be careful who you're calling a coon, man. You need to be careful of that, because it only takes for you to do one thing that black people don't like, and you will become a coon. You're a coon. Very important. And a lot of these men are gonna sell themselves down the river, but either way, you gotta think about the BAW. Does she? I mean, if she's following you, if she's doing these things, it's either out of sheer desperation, she's running game on you, or she does not see you as any type of threat. In fact, you think you're adding her to your program, but in fact, she's adding you to hers. She gonna let you run all that game on her. She gonna let you get that vagina, and then she coming for payment. See, a lot of you men are gonna get caught up because y'all running game, and these black women understand your games. You're running game. You're not being real. And then when she rakes your ass over the coals, when she pokes holes in your condom, you end up getting her pregnant. You sitting around looking stupid like, oh, how I get her pregnant? I mean, I had a condom on. I don't know how my condom got busted. I had my bitch in check. A lot of you men are going to get it messing with that BAW, man. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. You gotta be careful, brothers. We gotta be careful messing with the BAW. If black men do not have a set of rules, laws, and standards that govern their behavior that they created, then they are following after other races of people, which makes them slaves. Other races of people, since we don't have any laws, rules, and standards, other people can project their laws and standards on us. And then they can shame us. If black men don't want to accept this whole gay agenda, black men are labeled as homophobic. Homophobic. If black men don't want to, if black men don't want to accept the BAW and all her bullshit because they have standards that govern their community, they have a culture, a real culture of their own, then they can stand on their culture. But black people don't have a culture. The black man's culture is the white man's culture. And you can thank the BAW for that. Because that is what she's taught your children. And your children grow up thinking that this is what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be pursuing money. And they supposed to be going out there doing whatever they got to do to get that money. And when shit goes awry, the black man ends up shot in jail, whatever. They just supposed to pray for forgiveness. Not to mention the fact that when he comes out, he's gonna have a felony on his record. His job prospects are gonna be shit. He might have to wait 7-8 years. That's if he didn't do 7-8 years in prison already for whatever atrocity that he committed. Or in the midst of him selling drugs, he ended up getting into it with some other black men, and they ended up killing each other. Or somebody got killed and the other one went to jail. So, if we do not have a set of rules, laws, and standards that govern our community that came from us, this is the most important part. It has to come from us. then you are basically following after the ways of other people who can then now shame you because you're not accepting of their bullshit. And because the BAW has raised her children from a very young age to be very materialistic, to be very destructive to a community, very individualistic, every man for themselves. I get mine, you get yours, stay the fuck out of my business, blah blah blah. You've heard it all. But because of this, we fail. We fail as a community. When the BAW accepted feminism, she sold you people back into slavery. And now you are slaves again. You're slaves to their conditioning, what they want you to do. Black men don't have a culture of their own. They don't have a culture that's based on anything such as real rules, laws, and what is the culture of black people? The no snitch law. That's their culture. No snitching. Get caught up, pray to white Jesus, get forgiveness. That's their culture. No snitching, every man for themselves. Don't get caught. HNIC, head nigger in charge. Every black man wants to be that head nigger. Where did he get this shit from? This is his culture. This is what every black man is out there seeking. To be the HNIC. Fucking goofy ass niggas walking around with their fucking pants hanging off their asses. As if that shit is somehow honorable. That's my culture. That's why I said black people gotta really watch who the fuck they calling a coon. What do black people have to offer? What are black people offering? Except their victimology. What are they offering? Let me see how many minutes I got. What are black people offering other black people besides their victimology? I'm trying to figure that out. Black people are quick to call each other coons. Well, who are the coons? Is it the educated black man who that's acting white? Is that he's the one who's acting white? Or all these other niggas acting white when they're destroying each other? Don't white people destroy black communities? Haven't they enslaved you? Don't fucking drug dealers enslave their communities? Who's the fucking coon? Excuse my language. Are they not coons? Oh, they're victims. My bad. They're victims. It's them other people that are coons. It's them other people. Now it's not the fucking self-hating BAW. She's not a coon. She's a victim. It's not the drug dealing thug criminal who would kill me for just saying things of this nature. He's not a coon. He's a victim. This is what we have to deal with, man. No rules, no laws, no standards that govern our community. Therefore, whatever this society tells you is right, you will follow. If this society tells you that you need to put your man out the house, you'll follow it. If the white man says tomorrow the black man can smoke weed anytime he want, he gonna smoke weed. If the white man says you can smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, commit all kinds of criminal acts, all types of things. Who knows what the white man is gonna come up with next? And black people are gonna follow it. Black people are gonna follow it. You know, the moral center, the moral foundation of this society has always been shit. You know, it's always been hypocritical. It's always been based on hypocrisy. You can't say one thing. You want uh you want freedom, justice, and for all except black people. That's very hypocritical. You want it for yourself, but in order to get it, you want to take it from somebody else. You know, very hypocritical. But like I said, brothers, it's on us, man. It's on us. We decide. We create the culture. The culture comes after the standards, after the rules, laws, and standards. Then culture. Then comes culture. You know, you had Dr. Claude Anderson fought for many years to Dr. Claude Anderson fought for 30 years, 40 years trying to help black people. He forgot the first step. People think it's about money. What are black people gonna do when they get money? They're just gonna give it right back to these people. That's all they're gonna do. Which is why they should have paid them reparations a long time ago. They would have had that money back in some. You know, from the vast majority of them, they wouldn't have done the right thing. They have no rules, laws, and standards that govern their community. Their standards are the standards that are set up in this society. If this society says, "Oh, you can get all the abortions you want," well, hey, black women gonna be down there getting abortions. You know, they have no culture. Their culture is whatever the government says. They are slaves. They're slaves. They have no standards. But anyway, like I said, bro, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. I know I went off on a tangent. So what? I went there for a reason. Because ultimately you gotta ask yourself if the BAW really care, if the BAW is accepting of you, then you really gotta question yourselves, because you already know how these women are. They're strong and independent. They don't need men. Of course, they're gonna fucking whine and bitch right now because the goodie bag is gone. No more goodie bags for BAWs. Now they gonna fucking sit around talking about how they was always down for black men and all this shit. And they're gonna revise history through your children. They're now using the story of we. They're now using this one. We were both victims. Black men and black women were victims. We were tricked, just like the black man was tricked. We were tricked. They fooled us. Black man, y'all gotta realize that we didn't mean it. We didn't mean to do what we did. Hey, the Most High can forgive you, but I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. You know, this is not where you just come. When you repent, it means you really realize that you did something wrong, and that you never want to do that again, and you willing to do everything to prove that you a true sister. That's what it is. It's not that fake ass Jesus shit that black women run around with, where they talk about, oh well, God forgive me. Let me turn around. Oh, God forgave me on Sunday, but on Monday I'm gonna be right back on my bullshit. No, that's not how it works amongst the brothers and the sisters. This is about life. This is a lifelong process. You know, this is every day.
You know, this is struggle. This is sacrifice. Black women still ain't willing to sacrifice. Even these fake ass sisters that are out here, they're still talking the same old shit. They speaking red pill knowledge, but the strong independence is seeping through their genes, through their DNA. Their aura still says strong independence. The moment that she gets the opportunity to be independent again, guess what? She gonna take it, and you men are gonna fail. On that note, I want to say peace. Get on the 5 steps. Adopt the moral code.